Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the live for this morning. March 10th. It's my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom Dukes. Rest in peace. I appreciate everybody for joining today. Definitely, I wasn't gonna get on because of the situation. I lost my parents very early in life, so the days that I get to celebrate them, I take that into consideration very seriously. So, but we here. We locked in. I can't, I got to get on grind. Um, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We had a lot of things yesterday go green. I gave you guys the heads up about not running to the green days for, getting swings and grabbing all this stuff. Day trade material on, what's not hot. Just because you see one green day doesn't mean that this is going to be forever. It does not mean this is going to run forever. So let's look at SPY real quick. Again, yesterday we noticed SPY did almost 2%, almost $11 yesterday from the gap up. So the resistance is at 427. Double top was built up around that area, dropping the price back down for a gap down this morning. Again, it's a gap between 416 all the way up to about 421. So you can expect SPY to come down to like 419 before it really start making a decision on really what it want to do. So if you traded it at the height of yesterday, SPY, the 429 was the height, and then it dropped it back down. So let's see what's going on with SPY for today. If it come down, 419 area, that's a heavy watch area there. We noticed that multiple times it kind of broke below it, then came back above it, and broke below it, came back above it. And it's been doing the same scenario since it came down to 210 last week. So the same type of deal. Just watch this 419 area for something, right? Either a put or a call. So just pay attention to that if you're into SPY. I told you guys, once you start seeing stocks that's hot that we've been talking about make big recoveries and big moves, it doesn't mean that they're out of it just because they have a little downtime. It just means that it has to go through some type of pullback or correction because it had a huge peak. GLD is the perfect example of this. When we first put it out at 176, it ran up to 193. Those contracts cashed out amazingly. And then you're starting to see it come down to the support at 185, which I told you guys about yesterday. Multiple hits at 185. Tested that 186 this morning. We're right below the resistance right now on the 30-minute chart. So let's see what happens. We may get our consolidation that we've been asking for. I really want to see a consolidation out of GLD before it goes for that retest towards 193 again. If you're not in the trade, I suggest, wait till it finds this direction. Maybe a break over 187 will give you that idea of what you really want to do. But we definitely starting to see it bounce off 185 multiple times. So the consolidation seemed like it's forming at 185 up to 187. So, pace, this is the planning comes in when it's a red days, when it's bearish months, when it's, the end of January, when everything went super red. That's when the planning and the strategizing comes in. You cannot plan this. That's why we do it on the weekends. That's why we come on Saturdays where we can look at charts, we can look at setups, and then we can go from there. We cannot plan to jump on things. You can, if you got, day trades or whatever you want to do, you can. But I suggest for people that's not really super familiar with what we're doing is to come in on red days, have conversations, look at trades, look at setups, set alerts, do everything that got us to this point where we could just recycle. Now, the thing is that I see is people make money off of certain trades. They get excited. They get excited to put their money back into the market. That is not what I do. Maybe that's good for everybody else. I have a weekly goal that I want to hit. If I make more than a weekly goal, I'm very excited. I don't trade on Fridays, and I rarely even jump off the porch on Mondays. I really like to see how the market reacts to anything on Monday, giving me an idea of what should I do. But the planning weeks before is what gets you to this point. Know what I mean? If you see big reactions out of big stocks, let those stocks come down and cool off and then take advantage of the market then. Don't be in such a rush where you feel like, well, this is already moving, let me hurry up and get in, where you're putting yourself at risk of taking a loss. Plan to get in at good entry levels, find out where that support level is, and be consistent on doing that. So 185 was a consistency I seen yesterday. I'm not saying I jumped into it. I already had these contracts 2 weeks ago, but we noticed that it's keep bouncing up to 186. Maybe this consolidation is telling us something, right? If it breaks below the 185, we'll have a different conversation. But for now, 185 looking pretty strong. Confirmation breaks is over 187. So we got to stay consistent with those small conversations where you're building confidence on when you're entering a trade, you actually entering at a great area, not a gray area. You should pin that. I should pin that. What I mean by gray area, if you look at my Bollinger Bands, you notice how this middle area is about 186. That is a gray area to me. And I can show you guys this on 50 charts, but I'm using this as the example because I know everybody's excited about GLD again because it looked like it's going to recover again. More than likely, it's probably going to pop. But for right now, this in the middle is a great area. Getting in at 186.20 is a great area to me because you don't know which way it'll go. Notice how the stock price went to that area and dropped back to 185. If you bought it at this area thinking that it's going to have a continuation, looks what happened. You get denied. Right. And then if you buy it at this area and it dropped 185, now you're scared because you lost a couple of dollars. Now you're panicking and then it goes right back up. Now you're like, damn, I should have held. That is the reason why we buy at a good support or break over a great resistance. That is the reason. So we have to be consistent. And I'm going through this because I'm getting my DMs hit up and people saying that they overholding contracts and they got too many contracts and all this. This is if we make it look easy, but this is not. This is very particular. You really got to strategize entry. You really got to strategize exit. You really got to have a foolproof plan. I don't think we're talking about planning enough. I've done so much to give out sheets of paper and different things you can print out where you can actually make a plan where you can execute these trades at a high performance level. You feel me? And that's why having real conversations is about, we got to start doing it during this time. Because when the market go green, we should be already in the trade. We should not be looking for trades on green days. So if you're looking today, coming in and you're kind of down, please don't be down. Let's strategize. Let's start picking out better trades. Let's start picking out better setups and start taking advantage of the market that way. Everybody understand that?
Yeah, I've been trying to do been doing better with that myself there, David. I was doing the exact shit you're talking about, trying to get in, a little too late and trying to chase, and you lose your ass every time.
No, for sure.
Like
sure.
Said, one or two.
And
I've had a hell of a week this week with Gold and Exxon.
Yeah.
It's two trades.
Yeah, for sure. And you don't want to rush and put the money back out there. That's why I celebrate my wins on Friday and don't put my money back in the market. I don't have to. I've done so much good work between, Monday and Thursday, really Monday and Tuesday set my day. I was done. It ain't nothing else for me to do. I'm chilling. But you can get in that position if we don't have to force ourselves to make the money. The money is going to come. The reason we do this is to make passive income and for our money to work for us. If we're working harder than our money, you're doing the opposite of what we're here for. You feel me? I know we all want to make money and we all see these high percentage trades, but think about this. That gold trade was patience and 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks ago, posted. That is patience. That is deliberate. You feel me? That is just making sure I'm finding the best setups and taking advantage of the best opportunity ever. So when you see the celebration after 3 weeks, everybody be like, well, damn, gold going crazy. Now, let me hurry up and run on gold. But you ain't thinking about the people that bought it 3 weeks ago. We're celebrating because we held out. Even though the contract is pretty green ever since, I first put it out. But either way, we really held out. You feel me? We held it down because we seen that the gold was 185 weeks ago. And I'm going to show you that. Let's talk about that. You feel me? I really want y'all. Today is going to be a whole lecture. It's going to be a whole lecture because people hit me in my DMs. I'm looking crazy like, bro, I didn't put that. I'm cool with what my positions is, but Jesus, you're looking crazy out here. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure I'm covering covering all basics. I think we're getting a lot of new people rotating in, and they really don't understand like what we're doing. So I'm gonna definitely show you guys what we're talking about. So boom, this is the 1 week chart on gold GLD. On the last year, it ran up to about 177, about 178. This year on the what's this November, it ran up to about 172. So what I'm seeing is this: the reason that this trade worked so well, and I'm explaining today, because from 2021, this is May, the stock price hasn't been back to that 176, right? And this is the 1 week charting. The reason this trade worked out well at 176 because we broke over 176. And that was a resistance from all the way in 2001. You feel me? That is why the trade worked out so well. This is not a made up scenario. You feel me? This is a whole run up. Now, if we break up, notice how in 2020, 193 was the resistance, right? Again, when you rotate back onto what we just did, we just seen it run up to 193. More than likely, you're going to get a retest towards 193. And hopefully, the old support, new resistance rule is working. That 185 is going to be able to hold up, which on the blue line, you notice that 185 is around right, almost close to the purple line, which is a big resistance at that purple line. So now we have purple line, which is top resistance, all the way up to 193. That is the area that we're trying to cover now. Now, if you didn't get no trades, you feel what I'm saying, at 176, we still got 185. Let's zoom into another time frame where I could point that out to you and why 185 was such a good area, because we can pull all the way back. Look, what do we notice? One right here at 184.30, dotted lines was resistance back in February of 24th. So when it came back down, I told y'all, if you read the notes, my first target is 185 at 176. That is the reason. We had a big gap up here. We had a big drop down to about 176. And from there, we had patience. And it worked its way right back up towards the retest, gapped up above the retest, filled that area, won on the gap up, filled the area here, and had a beautiful continuation outwards. So you could have bought it at 185 because that's the resistance area back in February. And I think we have a lot of new people here. I need to explain this to you guys because I don't want nobody hitting me up saying that they losing money, knowing that these trades is really potent. I know it's money out here being made. So I need y'all to understand, and this is one example of why entry is everything and why target prices is everything. And once a price get above your target, it should have a continuation based off of history and charting and technical analysis. Do everybody understand that? I gotta get back in my old bag. That's what y'all want me to do. Y'all want to turn back to old days. Long lecture, long-winded days. So ExxonMobil, gold and oil's been moving together. Same examples with ExxonMobil, nothing changed. Y'all asked me for a trade last week. I gave you the $83 call for this week. I gave you the $85 call for next week. Both of them are extremely green, but you could have sold almost, I don't know, a 500%, 600% at $91. Look at the chart, guys. Let the chart speak to you. Noticing, let's zoom out to the 4 hour because I really like the 4 hour a little bit better because it could show a little clarity. Resistance here on the 7th was $82.70. Now I can go all the way to January, of course. You feel me? The end of October, it was at $61. We talked about, getting into ExxonMobil in the beginning of the year. Those contracts was $6 and they turned into about $400, $500. We're not going to talk about that right now. What I'm telling you is how I continue to trade this trade. If you missed the break over 72, and we can pull back history again and show you why 72 was a crucial area, but I'm not. If we get that break over 72, the test area was here. You don't have to trade. You feel me? This area, you don't have to trade, guys. We can just watch it. We can just sit back and try to figure out, have an understanding on what we're doing, right? You could do this all day with every trade. No matter what trade you got, you can always sit back and watch. I think sometimes we're not sitting back and watching. We're leaning on what we're doing, and we're capitalizing, we're making money, but we got to maximize. Now I'm in the mode of maximizing. Once we get, if you missed the $72 to $82 trade, don't panic. Don't feel like you missed something, whatever. It came back down to about $75, right? And then it went back and retested that area, broke above, ran up to that $91 area, and now we're back at the 82. What do you see that's consistent between this first trade and what we're seeing now? It's bouncing off of 82. This is the 4-hour chart. Look, here go the 1-hour chart. It's holding up at the $82 area, which used to be resistance back in February. That's the consistency I see. What the different conversation kick in is when you don't have to buy it at the 82. What do I always tell y'all? Wait until you get that confirmation break. Confirmation break is $84.26. If it goes up to $84.26 and not break it, it's going to drop back down. Look at the 30-minute chart. As I zoom in from time frame to time frame, the story is getting clearer and clearer. Look, we had a nice day of consolidation right here at that $82 area. Couple cents up, couple cents down. Then we had a pop this morning. 3-king move all the way up to 84. Now we get a small consolidation right before that, looking like it's going to test that 84 one more time. Everybody understand the clarity in that. We know that's when you have conversations with yourself. We know once the price get over 84, more than likely it's going to go test the 86, and above 86, be going to 88. That's the conversation that we're having with ourselves. Let me unmute everybody, make sure y'all understand what I'm going through right now. Because I mean, my DMs was flooded with people like, bro, I'm missing trades and I'm holding too long. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Y'all get it? Okay. Okay, let's move on. Now, tech. This is what, we seen a green day yesterday. Here we go. Let's run and let's put out 1,000 trades. Let's make ourselves feel like we're actually out here doing something without even having the consideration of people that's not knowing what they're doing, right? I told y'all, every time Apple come to $84, we gonna enter, right? I told y'all multiple times, 154, 154, we're going to enter. 154, we're going to enter. It came down to 156. We had a conversation yesterday about the 156. Look what it did. Ran right up to my resistance at 163. Ran right up. Look at the line. It literally tapped 163 right there, exactly where I wanted it to do. And I told y'all, if it don't break 163, and if you're in it at 154 and you did a 160 call in between here, you need to be selling that 163. There's no reason to overhold contracts when you're seeing the move from the 154, 155s up to 163. And then it comes right back down. Now, granted, it's a retest may be coming. Now, I mean, it may pop back up today or tomorrow. It look like some nice reversal candles in here. It may pop back up to 163 again, but why risk that? Why risk it? When you got a perfect trade, a 160 call, you got a perfect trade right there. That's a perfect trade. It ain't nothing to risk. That's why exit strategy is everything. That's why I tell y'all 15, 30% is good for newcomers, because seeing this, you guys aren't going to see it like I see it. You feel me? Especially if y'all ain't setting no alerts. So if y'all have issues with exiting the option, if you seen that full green day yesterday and got excited and like, let's hurry up and grab this and grab that, and that's crazy. When I come in here every day and say the same thing, don't grab nothing. You feel me? On no green day, you missed it. Call it a day. Now we got a red day, not knowing it may turn green, it may flop back up, hopefully, but no, there's no reason to be rushing when the opportunity is going to always show itself. The same opportunity is going to always show itself if you have patience. If you have patience, man. We gotta wait. Don't feel like you have to make money every day. Sometimes you can sit back and learn the charting. Sometimes you can sit back and learn the pattern of the trades. Sometimes you can just sit back and not trade at all. This is a tough time to trade, guys. This is a very tough time to trade. This is not normal. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta understand like what's happening right now. We gotta really sit back and start, paying attention. I put out Facebook yesterday. What was my words? I told y'all, I say, man, Facebook got to get over 205. I need confirmation. I need confirmation. Look at my resistance levels. It came down to about 186. It popped all the way up to about the resistance, about 200, about almost 200. I don't think it tapped 200. Let me go change time frame. It probably tapped it. No, it didn't even tap the 200. It came all the way up to about 199. And then what? And then boom, it dropped back down below resistance. You feel me? That's why you need that confirmation. I need that 200 break. I need that 205 break. I need confirmation. I can't jump into the trade without having my confirmation. You feel what I'm saying? So either way it go, either way it go, man. The trade is still valid as long as the setup is still there. You know what I mean? The long as the setup is still there, I'm not gonna sit up here and rush and hurry up and get into Facebook. I know I got a trade in my back pocket. I'm gonna set my alert stores 205 and 200 and 190 and 196, and I'm gonna sit back and wait until these alerts go off. Period. And then first thing I'm gonna do is come look at my chart, see how is it moving. You know, big time frames gonna help you out, and then we're gonna go from there. Do everybody understand what I'm saying? All right. It's 9:31, guys. I definitely was long-winded today. But I mean, I literally had people in my DM talking about, I need a one-on-one session. I need this. I'm like, bro, like, we just need to learn how to trade for real and stop playing. You know what I mean? That's the reason the reason I tell y'all about levels and supports. I'm giving you more of the game than most groups gonna give you. I'm giving you all the game. You feel me? Y'all just gotta pay attention. If anybody got questions, comments, man, it's 9:30. Oh, y'all quiet today. So y'all want to talk to me today.
Look like wheat making a move too.
So let's talk about wheat. When I said yesterday, what's red? I'm not asking these questions to wake up and be making it seem like I'm making stuff up. I asked y'all, wheat was red yesterday. Don't come in. Do not come in celebrating nothing that was red yesterday on the green day. You're not helping me make money. I'm not trying to be aggressive or mad or nothing. I'm showing y'all, like, I asked a question, what's red? Nobody said nothing. Then I seen green calls going out of stuff that's green. Now today red. And now we talking about, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, I'm not trying to go crazy. I'm trying to put y'all, I want to understand, like, what's happening? Am I doing something wrong? Am I not explaining how to buy stuff on discount? Do y'all go to the grocery store and do y'all go to the expensive racks? I know y'all rich. Do y'all run to the expensive racks at Doolin, what's the name of the store, at Burlington's and all these good, you know, I don't know where y'all shop at. Do y'all run in there and be like, man, give me some expensive stuff? Like, come on, man. We got to get into that mind frame. But yeah, wheat is looking good today. What else, Black Pharaoh? What else you got, bro? Anybody else?
Everything red.
But I'm glad people are actually coming in here. Who?
JPM.
JPM.
Put out a
Man, listen, man. Listen. I can't say it enough. I can't say that. I think I've done, I mean, enough. Again, I've proven myself. But it is what it is, man. JP Morgan, man, 4-hour chart. We've seen the bottom of JP Morgan hit around 128, 127. That should be your entry level. Resistance is, again, I'm gonna show y'all something right now. I'm gonna just delete whatever you see over there, right? I'm gonna just use this right here. And I'm gonna slide this right back over too, because I really want y'all to see this. Look, what y'all see here. Now, once I put that line at 133.90, look what happened when I slide it over. That's it. That's it, man. The trade should be 128 to 134, 135 at the most. We're not, huh?
I got one up to 140.
I'm looking at this screen, and I'm telling you right now, if you're gonna trade anything in this volatile scenario that we're in, quote unquote, everybody's saying a recession is coming, so that's not good. Your trade should be from 128 to 135. Anything else, I don't know what to tell you. I understand what you're saying. I get everything that you're saying. I'm not discounting nothing what you're saying. I'm on a 4-hour chart. Support is 128 and resistance is 134. That's it. That's it, man.
Hey, Dick, you mind checking out Blink for real quick?
Yeah, because their earnings is coming up on today, right?
I believe so, after hours.
Yeah, for sure. Support like $19.51. Resistance is $24.70. And it's been fighting that area for a little minute. So we got to break above $29.21 confirmation area, and then be going from there. I apologize if y'all feel like I'm coming at y'all aggressive, but I'm telling y'all, people hitting me up. I don't want to be in a scenario where we're looking crazy. I'm explaining to you guys as best as possible, man. I think people are missing the goal of what we're doing. I get it. It looks good. But if it don't hold over these resistances, if it don't hold over these supports, it ain't nothing else I can tell you. All I can tell you is what I see. That's it. I can't tell you nothing else. Anybody else got questions? I'm tiptoeing. Y'all put out silver and Facebook. I'm tiptoeing. I'm like, I'm back here. I want to see. Like, I'm trying to see what's going on. I'm tiptoeing. I'm not trying to be out here being super aggressive. I know what can happen. This can get bad to worse in minutes. You feel me? Don't let this stuff go. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I appreciate everybody for joining for sure, man. Like, I'm not trying to be aggressive. I want y'all to get it. But listen, if I didn't care, I wouldn't be on here. You feel me? Like, I'm on here really trying to get y'all, I'm banging y'all in the head with this because this is what makes the money and this is what keeps you safe. Period. Anything else, I'm not trying to follow. I'm not following everything that everybody else is doing. I'm finding you the best trades possible. I'm putting you in the best scenarios possible. And I'm not calling all this stuff out on green days, knowing that the market's been messed up ever since January. It is what it is, man. So God bless y'all. Man, all love. You know what I mean? If y'all got more questions, feel free to ask, man. But please be careful. Like, be careful. Like, if you don't understand the chart, post the chart. I don't care about a gap. They won't show you how gaps get filled. Let me show y'all this, man. Because Facebook got a gap too. And I'm going to use Facebook as an example because I'm expecting Facebook to have a gap fill probably later down the line this year. You feel me? But I'm going to show y'all. There's always a gap fill confirmation, and that don't even come until it get towards that resistance at 241. We're not even going to have a gap fill confirmation that we're going to fill the gap until we get to the top resistance. So if we say JP Morgan got a gap fill, and I'm not, she already left the group, but it's cool. I'm not tripping. Like, if we say JP Morgan got a gap fill, right? And when the gap is between 135.21, so above 135, if you want to call that a gap, above 135, the gap is not even going to try to fill until we get above 135. I just showed y'all yesterday, only hit 134 and some change. It is what it is. So, anybody else? All right. God bless y'all. Y'all holler at me. Be safe.